Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today we're going to be taking a look at what you need to hear the most right now. We're going to take a look at some things that you need to know that you might not be aware of or that might be sneaking up on you pretty soon. I'm going to keep this positive as always, and I'm going to be channeling messages from your angel spirits and guides and kind of see what they want to toss in there as well. Today is a great day. My bearded dragon, Chad, woke up from his little nap today, his brumation, and yeah, we're in a good mood. So I'm excited for this reading. As always, the timestamps are going to be listed right below the video in the description box. And if there's anything else that you're interested in, such as one of my books or scheduling a private reading with me, getting in contact, or just anything like that, all the information you could possibly need will be in the description box. And again, I'm so grateful that you are here today, you beautiful, beautiful being you, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, friends who chose group number 1. If you selected this beautiful pink mangano calcite, then this is your reading. This crystal is amazing and beautiful. It helps calm and soothe anxiety, and I actually acquired this bad boy when I was experiencing panic attacks like many years ago, and this really helped to calm me down when I needed to find my center. This helps you to open up your heart chakra as well as your sacral chakra. It helps you to get in the flow with your emotions and to see them as a blessing and stand in gratitude. It also helps with your creativity, sensuality, and it is also just very soothing, very calming. Now, this can also help you to ground your spiritual self into your physical body, which is a unique facet of the stone. So this is very beautiful. You can kind of see the beautiful little striations on here as well. There's an indication that everything is kind of falling into place for you and things are starting to just feel better in your day-to-day life. Maybe you're stepping into more gratitude, stepping into more happiness, releasing some anxiety, some worries. There's just this big energy of releasing a burden, or just feeling a lot better, feeling more confident, more emotionally stable. We'd love to see this. So, oh, you have Forged in Fire. Okay, beautiful. So this card indicates that there is spirituality, creativity, a passion, perhaps a little bit of frustration that's been coming through. That is just the element, those are just the characteristics of the fire element. But Forged in Fire, this indicates that you're highly creative. You could be very highly spiritual, very psychically gifted, spiritually gifted, and you are starting to speak your truth. But when you speak, instead of coming down from your pineal gland, your intuition, your brain, to your throat, it comes from your heart up, which is beautiful. I love this. So there's an indication that you are using your confidence because the solar plexus chakra is ruled by fire. So you are standing in your willpower, in your confidence, and you are standing fully, letting your heart set on fire and speaking what is in your heart, which is amazing and beautiful. I love to see this, and I've said that so many times in this reading already. There's an indication of your things starting to fall into place, feeling like you're finally catching a break, especially emotionally, physically, spiritually. You might be at the end of an awakening process in any way, where you are awakening to a new part of the universe, of the multiverse, yourself, whether this is an inward deep dive or an external spiritual journeying dive. You're coming out of a process or a cycle where you kind of felt everything like got a little bit jumbled and things might have been getting reorganized in your life so that you are ready and able to step into the next area. Now, you may have used a lot of creative inspiration or received a lot of creative inspiration through this time, as well as a lot of spiritual downloads, understanding, and passion to move forward. There's an indication here that you might be stepping away from something that you thought you would hold on to forever or for a very long time. This could be a career, a person, an opportunity, a friend group, or just an energy. There's something that you highly resonated with, but then when things got jumbled around, you reassessed your why and the way that things make you feel, you realize that it didn't provide you with the emotional fulfillment that you initially wanted. And you're speaking your heart. And it seems here that you're always one that speaks your heart, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This reminds me of like a poet or a singer or just some beautiful energy where you have the opportunity to speak what's in your heart. Now, a lot of times, like as I channel messages, I speak primarily through my higher chakras, and I will draw the energy down to my throat from my pineal gland. So I love, I feel so drawn to people who speak their heart like that because I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful way to process your energy. Oh, there's a Three of Swords popping out with the Ace of Wands. Look at that. There's some hardship that was kind of transmuted and transformed into a spiritual awakening for you, a new opportunity. This likely had something to do with a connection or something that your soul drew you to. This could be a person, place, thing, opportunity, feeling. This is essentially something that your soul recognized. This could be a bit of information that you just really felt resonated with you, so you needed to learn more. This could be a person that you felt really drawn to. Like I just said earlier, like I feel sometimes really drawn to people who speak through their heart chakra because I speak through my intuition. So sometimes there will be like a collaboration of the two energies, and it will kind of help to balance one another out. And it's beautiful. It's just part of the journey. So something parallel with that. It doesn't have to be the same thing. So some sort of soul recognition here, and with strength. You have here this fortitude within you. You learned the lesson, and you took the action, the inspired action, in order to create something new from this, create a new version of yourself, and leave the past behind. With the Strength card, this does also indicate Leo, so your inner child is feeling a lot better. It's feeling a lot more emotionally restored. Now, there's something that you enjoy or something that you feel a resonance with or calming energy towards, a bit of passion perhaps, is something that your inner child really wants you to go for. And there was a bit of collected energy throughout your time in this plane that kind of was standing in the way, creating perhaps fear or anxiety, frustration, regret, hesitation, things like this. But you have released this energy of panic, of anxiety, of perhaps even depression, these are very dense energy. So it's always hard to dig yourself out of a hole, but you didn't give up. You kept standing up. And this is so beautiful to see. And the way that you release any energy is by releasing it, no matter how dense, no matter how difficult it is, but you did release it. And when you have released energy, you have more space, you hold the space, and then you're open to receiving something new to replace it with. So this is also an indication that along with feeling better in your life, there are beautiful blessings that are coming your way. And I can absolutely see that you've put the work in and you've started to get a new idea of what your path might look like. And of course we have free will, but there's an indication of giving yourself more free will to utilize in your life, realizing that you really can create anything that you want, however you want. And there's this connection in some way. This can be a person, again, this can be a job, this can be a skill, an artistic ability, this can literally mean your intuition or something like this. There's something that you feel just very drawn towards, that you are standing up for, and getting ready to make a move towards, perhaps, or making preparations in order to transform the situation through confidence, fun, play. Strength is the card of Leo, which is number 5, which does indicate changes, but it is also children, your inner child, fun, play, romance, things like this. So let's see what else we have. Okay, 10 of Swords. This is you choosing to step away from any heartache that you've had in the past, and you're realizing that there was something that you intuitively picked up on, and you were kind of trying to fight yourself about it because that was a false narrative that kind of your past pain put you through, and that is part of the process too. It is learning and then unlearning and then relearning and unlearning, and that is also part of the awakening process too with Ace of Wands. Even Odin, he got to about an inch of his death at least in order to learn the secrets of the universe. He was able to divinely channel the runes by tying himself upside down to a tree, and that's how he learned the secrets of the universe, as well as how to save himself from death. He was able to come back to life and spread what he had learned, but he was never the same. Same with Usui Ryoko. This is the founder of Reiki healing. Same thing, he went up to meditate, just like Buddha, just like Jesus, just like Odin, and he was wondering what the universe had to offer him. He wanted to discover something, and he was meditating, and he just felt this immense peace, this Zen, this beautiful feeling of gratitude. And he didn't know what it meant or what to do with it, but on the way back down from his meditation, he tripped and fell and he injured himself. And with the single touch of his hand, he was able to fully heal himself instantaneously. And he was never the same since then, and he was able to pass this along, as well as all of the information that came channeled to and through him over time while he was using this energy. And that is how Reiki lineage is formed. So there's this something similar to this has happened for you, and it can be large, it can be small. This can have to do with realizing a person's place in your life, realizing your career path in life, or just realizing a particular energy, breaking free from something, allowing yourself to step into something new and beautiful and dynamic. And with the Strength card, you are, Four of Swords, beautiful, beautiful healing and rest, and you are just trusting what the universe, God, source, whatever you resonate with, has in store for you. This is amazing, because you know that you can take anything that is tossed your way, but you're realizing that you don't have to anymore, because you only you receive what your energy allows yourself to receive. But that can be kind of a tricky loophole to enter, because when you're experiencing negative things, and when you have things such as anxiety, depression, panic disorder, even anything like this, immense heartbreak in some way, you say, I didn't ask for this, I didn't allow this to happen to me. No, you didn't, because you were not because you magnetize something through a wound unconsciously, and that is so painful. We all experience this, and that's part of shadow work. That's when you're asked to go look at the not fun parts of yourself from your childhood, you're reparenting yourself, you're looking at perhaps past lives, looking at things that you've picked up that don't belong to you, and you are restructuring your life. You take a look at yourself, you shed things that don't serve you, and as you heal a wound, you no longer magnetize things that radiate with that wound. For example, I have drawn so many people towards me that speak through their heart. And I have a harder time finding people who speak through their intuition, unless, of course, it's through the spiritual community. And the more that this happened, the first time, there was a little bit of a rift. The second time, it was a little bit easier. The third time this happened, there was more of an exchange of ideas, a synchronization, mutual beneficial energy. And it's always mutually beneficial, these connections, this opportunity, this energy. But sometimes the deeper in the wound you are, the further from the situation you need to see in order to have hindsight, which is why it's like hindsight, you're looking back and seeing it. But there's an energy of you healing and releasing this energy and finally becoming comfortable, knowing that not only can you handle anything that comes towards you, but you now are in control of what comes towards you as well. Oh, this is beautiful. If you resonate with being an empath or a clairsentient in any way, or just receiving energies in any sort of spiritual manner, this is such a beautiful energy as well, because you might have been realizing that you're clairsentient, or realizing that you're an empath, or realizing that you are spiritually gifted, as we all are. Literally every single one of us has the ability. It's just like everyone can sing. You train your muscles, your vocal cords, you learn how to do it, and then you can sing better. And if you practice your meditation and strengthening your pineal gland and picking up what the messages around you mean, then you become more spiritual and you pick it up more. It's just where you're drawing your awareness and attention to. But you're kind of coming full circle here. You have kind of dipped your toe in every area of life, and as that happens, you kind of were bringing residual energy from one area of your life, a little bit of a wound, into the others. But as you kept passing that spot, you healed that wound, and you went through and through the cycles until you were bringing healed energy, like healing energy, and then healed energy. And now you know that you can handle anything. You are able to look at your shadow, your previous shadow, and know that not only is it not there anymore, but you can look at it and be grateful. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And apart from this, it does seem like you're able to now, in a more refined fashion, choose what you're picking up. For example, there was a day I would just be like, oh, I'm an empath, and I would walk in a grocery store, and literally it would be the most overwhelming experience for me, because I am also a medium. I would pick up on everything that happened in that store that day. Mind, body, spirit, emotions, literally everything, every person. I was able to see, feel, experience everything that was going on around me that had happened all day, all week, and even in energies of people who were not even in this plane. It was so overwhelming. But the more that I focused on not only absorbing what I chose to absorb, creating more of an energetic filter, an energetic barrier, and now this is like years of work, this takes a long time, but putting the work in to set an energetic barrier, to create a filter, to work with my angels, my spirits, my guides, and particularly for me, I studied yoga and Ayurveda, and I found a guru who is passed on, but I'm a medium, and I bought all their books, and I just kind of worked with them that way. But by finding people that have experienced the same things that I've experienced and were in different stages of that progression, I was able to find a common thread between all of the stories. Say, okay, well, this is somebody who is where I was at, very subjected to their environment, subjected to their pain. And then how do people deal with this? And there are millions of different ways, but the end goal is you have to acknowledge that you have a wound. Let's say it's a physical cut, right? You have to look at it. You have to clean it out. You have to protect it from air, which is speaking too much about it, overthinking, right? Thinking and communication. And then once it's kind of dried out, it's no longer affecting your mental narrative, it will start to heal. And at this point, you have to take kind of good care of it. Make sure you don't get it overly wet, which is your intuition and emotion. Make sure you don't use your intuition too much, and make sure you don't you don't let it affect your intuition and your emotions, essentially. And from there, you let it heal by itself. And once it's healed, then you're able to look at it and see that there's no longer a scar there. And sometimes it's really quick, sometimes it's really a long time. But another thing that always helps is circulation. Continuing to just work through it. You might be experiencing similar patterns in your dreams. This is something that I worked with a lot myself. And I do recommend keeping a dream journal, because you might notice every now and then, if you're having dreams where your heartbreak continues to come up, or your pain, whatever this is, continues to happen, there will be one day you might wake up a million nights in a row and be just in night sweats, terror, be like, oh my gosh, this was so anxiety inducing, this was horrible, but you're processing this. And you will wake up one day and you'll say, wait, I just had that same exact dream, or the same exact thing happened, and I woke up, and what happened in my dream is I was better for it, and I was happy, and I was grateful that this happened to me. And then you wake up with a smile on your face saying, did I just finish recycling this energy? And you did. And so now you have the clarity. You no longer need to flip your perspective. You are just able to now use the clarity, the lessons that you've learned, in order to enhance your spiritual gifts that come along with it. And whatever this connection is that's coming along your way now, you're going to be able to stand proudly and confidently in this energy from a healed perspective. And you are being called to rest a little bit. And I'm noticing her little tattoo here. I believe this is this Athala? This rune? I need to check that out a little bit more. But she has this rune on her arm. It's a tattoo. And there's an indication of things that begin never end, because everything is a circle. And so tattoos might be significant. Watercolor could be significant. She's kind of dirty, so camping, spending time in nature could be significant. Even birds. Highly, highly recommend hanging out with your local wildlife, whether this is going for a walk around the block and literally having conversations with the little birds that are local around your house. You'll notice them standing outside your window. If you talk to them enough, it'll be the same ones. Or going and smelling the different flowers. Learning more about the local flora and fauna in your area, whether you live in a suburb or a totally urban or rural area. There's always something that you can learn about the environment that you're in. I love to walk around my local neighborhood, and white sage and jasmine grow naturally where I live. So right now it's the time of year where I can walk through my neighborhood and I can find little jasmine berries that are ready and ripe to eat, and they are so beautiful and amazing. But I save them for all the birds and everything, because I can buy food at the store. It is my dog Brandy's favorite smell is jasmine, and so she'll always help me find where the next jasmine plant is. And sometimes I'll just sit there and enjoy the jasmine and kind of learn what it has to say. And it's so much of a more seasonal and local and grounding present experience than just buying an essential oil, which does help. Please work with your oils if you have that available to you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Wands, and I'm seeing this globe, and kind of in my mind's eye, it was spinning and spinning and spinning. It's instead of you waiting and the circle, the cycle is just going, it's you now are the one that has the momentum, the ability, the healed space. You are no longer waiting. And if you want to make some big changes in your life, if you want to travel, or you want to move, or you want to go play or do something crazy, they're saying do it, really do it. So, and I'm being drawn back to the Forged in Fire card again. So there's an indication that, oh, what's this that wants to pop out? Ace of Swords. Holy guacamole. Talk about clarity and decision making. But have a decision that has been made. So you've made the decision to utilize your clarity to take more action in a certain area of life. And there's that crow. Crows are like my OGs, so I always call them out when I see them. Know that you have learned a lot. Know that you've learned a lot lately, and you might be feeling called to branch out what it is that you're learning, out of like magnetism. Okay, here it is. Here's the message that's coming through. So, sorry, I had a aha. So your guides are saying that you have released all this energy and now you have space to magnetize something more. But instead of either unconsciously or habitually magnetizing the same energy over and over again, you are being called to learn instead, to listen and to learn and to still magnetize energy, but to magnetize information. So instead of, for example, if you go to a grocery store and that might overwhelm you while you're doing your energy work, or maybe you are at an electrical point where you don't feel like you're affected by your surroundings anymore, or whatever this resonates with. If you're going to step into a situation where it might be a little bit anxiety provoking in any way, shape, or form, they're saying to do something first, like listen to a podcast or read a book or do some language study or input something to fill in that space so that you are not magnetizing something when you step into that situation. And then that actually gives you more like substance to utilize while you're in that situation. It gives you something for your brain to chew on. It gives you something for your emotions to work through. And it will kind of help to take the pressure off of whatever situation this is. Now, of course, if you are experiencing anxiety or panic disorders or panic attacks, anxiety, depression, anything like this, always make sure that you are taking care of yourself the way that you know is best for you. I know it's a little bit of a struggle. I know sometimes it can be a little bit of a road to get where you're going, but also know that you can trust your angel spirits, guides, and particularly your own intuition. Find little times to be to be grateful whenever and wherever you can. I know that they say there's no one thing that fixes everything, but really healing energy is by definition gratitude and unconditional love. So the more you can implement that into your day, little smiles. I'm not going to just say smile and everything will get better, but it seems like you're really on the other side of this, and I don't want to this is just the message that's coming through your guides for whoever's watching this right now. But please continue to take care of yourself in the ways that you know are most beneficial for you. For example, taking salt baths or going for walks in nature, going camping, doing some yoga, putting crystals under your pillow when you sleep, journaling, writing things down. Just be conscious about releasing energy that is within you. You can select the energy that you want to release, focus on it and release it. Focus on the energy that you want to have under your pillow to absorb into your brain when you sleep at night. This will help your subconscious kind of just nudge it in a more peaceful, loving direction. Take time meditating. You can approach what's hurting. You can approach what feels good, or you could just ask your angel spirits and guides to show you something that you need to see that will help make you feel good, make you feel happy. Also, just a great go-to basic cycle that some days when you feel great, some days when you feel bad, it's something that you can always implement every day, is right when you wake up, of course write down your dreams, but even before you get out of bed, or as soon as you get out of bed in the morning, or in your shower, whatever this is, you can always just do a little chakra balancing meditation, or you can also do like an astrological balancing meditation. So start however you're feeling. If you're feeling more spiritual, more spacious, go from the crown down to the root. If you're feeling more grounded, a little more like trapped, boxed in, go from the root up to the crown, and just go through every chakra. Pull it to your spine and imagine a happy little wheel of color that is the appropriate color for each chakra, and see if there's anything that comes up, or just keep them all aligned. Visualize them against your spine, all happy and aligned and open and spinning and everything. You can also do the same thing with the zodiac signs or with the planets. I like the zodiac and the houses because there are 12 facets there, just like it helps you tune into a little bit of a more in-depth chakra system without needing to learn more about it. Zodiac is pretty available to people. Same with like the houses. So you can kind of just go through each area of life, tune in with number 1, see how that feels, make it all nice and happy, put it up against your spine where the root is. Do the same thing with number 2. Feel how number 2 feels, or or Taurus, or Venusian aspects that are Taurus related, things like that. Go through the zodiac, go through the numbers, go through something like this, and use them to balance your energy. See what feels good, see what feels uncomfortable, and just kind of sit with each one until you feel content with where it's at, and then move on to the next. You can do the same thing with crystals, even if you aren't a pro where you can pick up everything and go, oh, this is a tektite, this is a chrysoprase, this is a pink mangano calcite, and this is a prehnite, you know? You can just find rocks that are local to you, or find the crystals that you have collected because you feel drawn to them, and just pick them up. See the way that you feel. See what makes you feel good, what makes you feel bad when you're like, I feel like I need this one, but I don't know why. Hold on to it. You know, just put it in your pocket through the day, cleanse it and charge it as you would for yourself. Or if you notice you're taking great care of your crystals or your pets or your plants and not yourself, flip the script, you know. There are so many beautiful ways that you can just take care of yourself and implement more love to yourself and to your surroundings in your day-to-day life. But always fill your own cup first, so that when it overflows, it is just like this beautiful, abundant bounty. And then that overflowing, it's not just a cup of emotion and intuition. You can electrify it with this fire that you know how to use, this passion that you have that's so strong within you that you can see it's coming out all over your cards, that the amount of your ability, your depth to feel, your depth of understanding, your depth of self-awareness, that is exactly what hurt you. That is why you were able to get hurt in the first place, because you felt things deeper. But that is a superpower of yours, because you understood things more deeply. That's a superpower of yours, because you were able to connect with others deeper than perhaps they were able to connect with themselves or you at the time, or whatever this is that you're walking away from. Whatever led you to sniff out that situation in the first place, that was your superpower. And you're realizing this. Not only are you realizing this, but you're standing in this, in your strength. And you're saying, I'm ready to be healed. I'm ready to feel better. I'm ready to, I'm ready to line up my energies and see what is in store for me now. Because I can see you've been through a lot, mentally, emotionally, physically, however you have experienced your life so far. There's been a lot of turmoil, you know, and I'm not going to brush over that. But I will notice that now you can handle anything that comes your way, and your angels, spirits, and guides are saying, and you won't have to anymore. So you're going to, kind of like, I'll say, the rubber band theory, or like a slingshot. When you pull something back, and you, and this is you, being pulled back because of how beautiful and dense your energy was, and you're trying to fight against this friction, against this pressure, or whatever this is that's pulling you the other way. But once you've released this energy, you're just going to fly. You're going to have so much more power, so much more strength, so much more beauty. You're already beautiful and powerful and perfect no matter what, but you show up and you grow, you show up and you learn, you show up and you expand yourself, you get to know yourself more deeply. And that is exactly what you're here to do. You just like an animal, you need to sniff out kind of the problem, and you need to confront it. You need to tend to it, give it love. You can always revitalize soil. You can always heal a wound. You can always process the energy. Sometimes it takes all of our strength to do so, and I see that you've done this in the past. But now you're at the place where you know how much strength you actually have. You know what it feels like to be healed. And you are actually standing in this beautiful, happy energy where you're saying, wait, that was my superpower. I'm passionate, and I'm creative, and I'm spiritual, and I'm gifted, and I'm amazing. And you're unique. You're uniquely yourself. And that is your superpower. You're never meant to be like anybody else on this planet, because if you were, we would be an ascended collective that was all one mind already. Not that we're not, but we would be more aware of it. We wouldn't be individualized if we weren't meant to be. And you being yourself in your own perfect way, authentically, from your inner child and your higher self, this is exactly who and what you are always meant to be. So I'm going to pull some advice for you guys from these little oracles that I made a million years ago. I felt called to do the orange ones because this is kind of sacral, emotional, passionate energy that's going on here. Let's see. Advice from your angel spirits and guides to group number 1. Oh, that one wanted to come out. They're like, no, flyer, please. Just make it obvious. Oh, okay. Takes 2 to tango. Oh, okay. They were saying, don't shoulder all the responsibility or all the burden. If in some sort of connection, this can be with a person, a job, an energy, whatever. This energy exchange, know that it's an energy exchange. Know that your wound, any pain or wound that you experience in this realm in some way is passed on to you. In some way, this can be through your family, through your ancestors, through a negative job experience, through a negative relationship, or just through things not working out your way. Or it can even if it's drawn from a past incarnation, just know that they want me to just tell you it's not your fault. Like, things are not your fault. And I'm seeing like TTT, which is kind of I don't know, that could be significant to you guys, but I'm noticing that they're saying you've intersected this energy 3 times now. Oh, 4 times. Look, there's 4. So things are perfect. Things are in a healing place. And now you are able to stabilize yourself. So they're saying not to put all the blame on yourself in a particular situation. And they want you to remember that you don't need to always take responsibility for everything and everyone in your life. That's not your job. Optimistic. They want you to stay optimistic. Cute. Also, you could be a mystic or like an optometrist. I don't know. Check out your eyes. Your eyes relate with your liver. So check out your liver health. Check out your eye health. And also, what do they want to say? Okay. Do some visualizing meditation. That will help you a lot, particularly with like staying optimistic, just like finding little reasons to smile throughout the day, or being like, that's not a reason to smile. Haha. Like, and I don't know, smile at it. Just trying to be optimistic, right? We like that. Again, but tapping into your mysticism might help you out a lot. You could resonate as a starseed, as an indigo child. You might be finding things on like Witch Talk, TikTok. Also, the name Tim could be significant, or timing is just right for something. And that is why you have been, okay, they're saying Operation Divine Timing is go. I was getting that message for some of you, so that's something that you might just need to hear right now. If there's something you've been, I don't know, checking in on and you keep hearing or getting the message, divine timing, divine timing, divine timing, they're like, it's go time. Like, Thunderbirds are go. So, and working on a masterpiece. Ooh. So I asked for advice, but they're saying, okay, first they're saying create. Whatever this is that you're like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or you want to create, or you want to go for it, or there's like a piece of you. I'm hearing that song. Is that Katy Perry? She's like, this is a part of me that you never gonna ever take away from me. No. So that song's coming through. I don't know. There could be messages for you in that song. Check it out. Also master. I'm hearing like master. So there's an indication that you have really mastered a particular energy, but there was some sort of wound or difficulty or even trauma. I don't want to keep bringing up negative energies because your advice is to be optimistic, and not to take everything as a responsibility on yourself. But there's an indication that you went through something for a reason, and I think you know what that reason is, or at least you're stumbling onto it right now. So they want you to create. They want you to just see what comes out, because I think that you will be very pleasantly surprised. And there might be something that you have always kind of picked up on that you are starting to step into now. Take that as it resonates in any way. And then also, I'm hearing Work by Iggy Azalea. So you could be working on your shit, right? Oh, there's a line from that song that makes me really laugh, but I'm not going to say it on the internet. So listen to that song if you want a motivation, a great beat for running, and also a good giggle, because we love it. We love a good queen. And what else? Masked. Oh, okay. So they're saying like you are starting to step into your either like main character energy or something that has come full circle, or you're fully blossoming. Like if you're a little flower and you're like growing and blossoming, they're fully blooming at this point. There's something that like you are standing up, and this is why you kind of needed to. They're saying they wanted to draw your attention to other energies while something was being kind of procrastinated. But now, if you're like a little pebble in a slingshot, oh my gosh, and they're releasing the rubber band. It's like you are soaring like to the top, in whatever this is. So this can be like vibrationally, which go you, stay grounded. If you feel called to. Sometimes we feel called to not ground and then see why. Sometimes we feel called to be grounded while we explore the spiritual realms. Just do what you feel called to do. But they're also saying like, now is your time to shine. Now is your time to soar. So stay optimistic, because this will help you. Like, they shed your attention onto something like to keep you busy and make you the best version of yourself while other things were happening. But now you're meant to change your perspective, because this energy is cleansed from your system, and you can now like focus on these positive things, focus on creating, focus on being happy, and all the things that are going for you. The fact that you are healed, the fact that you are strong and powerful and healed, and you've been through a lot, and you are spiritual and you're gifted, and you're able to recognize all these amazing, beautiful things within and around you, this abundance that is you inherently. Go group 1. And now they're saying you can finally release this energy. You can pivot your focus back and see like the things that you were kind of paying like half-hearted attention to, you can now give your full attention to, but in a way that it's exactly where you wanted it to be. It's like you were putting in the work while you were working on something else, and now that that's not an issue anymore, you are able to reap the rewards of efforts that you've done in the past. So stay optimistic and release burdens of other people. One thing that is very, very common for healers, for empaths, and for just like people with intuitive abilities in general, particularly like mediums and empaths, guys, I just want to call attention to this really quickly. You have the ability to take other people's karma on for them. If you exchange energy with somebody else and you are either way too nice or have that healer's heart, because we know what that's like, or you are just such a magnet, you're so absorbing, like you are absorbing. Sorry, I have a hard time saying absorptive. Anyway, absorbent. If you are super absorbent, you can take on other people's karma for them. Don't. They're saying that a lot of this takes two to tango. Oh, okay, a lot of this wasn't even yours. Most of this wasn't even yours. If somebody hurt you through like their wound, for example, that's not on you. That has nothing to do with you. Like, don't stamp yourself as anything because somebody else is hurt. Also, even if you are a healer and you're entirely conscious of this, don't go taking on other people's karma because you have an easier time dishing through it. That will not help the collective as a whole, okay? So you need to continue working on yourself, raising your vibration, and then as you, your vibration kind of flows out of you because it overflows, then you will be leading by example, and then this other individual or opportunity, whatever this is, the energy, will learn on its own and grow. And that might take a day, it might take a lifetime, it might take 10 lifetimes, but either way, you're dealing with your own stuff and you're actually raising the vibration of the collective the more that you don't just kind of neutralize this energy. So light always binds darkness. So stay optimistic, right? Keep shining your little light and know that you are like a badass, group number 1. You are forged in fire. I'm seeing somebody I'm literally seeing like Arthur taking the sword out of the stone. So there's something where you I got this wound out, I got this thorn out, I got this splinter out. You got rid of all the energy, you healed it, it's beautiful, it's amazing, and you got some spiritual upgrades to go with it too, so have fun with those, but be careful. Protect your energy, particularly if you have a kind of soft spot where a wound used to be, or where you're kind of healing something and it's on its way out or something like that. Just be conscientious of that. Also, literally not to promote at all, but to actually provide resources. My book, A Comprehensive Guide to Astrology, the entire reason that I wrote that book is because every single healing modality I've ever stumbled onto in my entire life is in there, and it's under an astrological lens. So it's not Leo is this, and Virgo is this, and Scorpio is this, Libra is this. No, it's I know I said that backwards, sorry. It's sound healing is there through chanting, through musical notes, through sound healing vibrations. Yoga asanas are in there, mudras are in there, sound dictation sounds are in there. Literally every single form of healing I've ever stumbled upon in my entire life, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, I put it all in that book so that you can have some sort of guideline, and it this goes back to Leo, or this goes back to the sun. And I'm just, because strength was kind of coming out a lot in your reading as your powerhouse card. So yeah, keep that in mind. So there are some really, really good resources in there that I had to dig for, like no cap, like so yeah, use your resources and give yourself a little TLC day. Like if you need, whoa, you want to go play or like go do something, go do it, make yourself happy, go fill up your own cup, don't worry about these scrubs. Love yourself, do your own thing. I'm gonna leave your message there, group 1. At the bottom of the deck you have cutie pie, so you are a cutie pie and your love never ends. Your unconditional love for yourself, your gratitude never ends. 3.1 for 159. You are cute, you are amazing, you are perfect, always have been, always will be. Even if you're feeling down in the dumps, there is nothing wrong with you. You are still perfect. If you look in the mirror and there are things you want to change, you know, do you, but you're still perfect. You know, if you have been crappy in the past, you are still perfect. If you're showing up, you are kicking ass and you're working on yourself. So I love you. I'm going to leave your message there. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, amazing realm. Keep working on yourself. Keep releasing that energy. You are perfect and amazing, and I love you, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Please, if this resonated with you, give it a like, a comment. I really love the comments. I'm going to do better at answering them, so leave me a comment. And then subscribe, because that really helps me a lot. I want to build a little community, and I love you guys. So, yeah, namaste. Hi there, group number 2. If you chose the second group and this dumortierite, this is your reading, and I just have to say, I love dumortierite. It is one of my favorite crystals of all time. Will twerk for dumortierite. Dumortierite crystal. This is like the lion's mane mushroom of rocks, literally. This thing helps with this sweet baby helps with your memory. It helps strengthen your intuition and your insight. It also helps with organization and preparation. If you are obsessed with the home edit like I am, and you want to just like color coordinate your whole bookshelf or get really into scheduling and planning and organizing, this is the stone for you. It also helps increase and enhance your memory as well. Like you might help like remember memories from when you were really, really young, like creepy young, like like I'm just saying, this thing helps that memory like pull things that you didn't realize you were still holding on to. This is great for helping with hypnosis if you're into that, also with repressed memories. This also helps you to remember your past, parallel, future lives. So if you are digging that as well, this is the stone for you. Also, I just want to re-emphasize that this thing helps with organization so much. I love dumortierite. I have so much dumortierite. I love it. I love to wear it. Actually, I wear it a lot with this particular Brainite because it's kind of like a happy little combination for me. The healer of healers and insight, intuition enhancement, and like organization. So it kind of helps you, like, I don't know, like this combo helps me like keep my shit together. I'm not gonna lie. I put them in a little crystal cage and I wear it around my neck. So that's enough about my mild obsession with dumortierite, and let's get into your reading. The card that you picked is Rooted in Gratitude. I am grateful for you, group 2. I'm also grateful for dumortierite as well as all the other happy little crystals in my vicinity. There are like 9 million crystals on my desk that you cannot see right now, and I'm just grateful for all of them and grateful for you. So with Rooted in Gratitude, group number 2, there's an indication that you're starting to see things from a new perspective, and this is through the lens of gratitude and unconditional love, which I love to see. You are like admiring and being grateful for your shadow, but you are like pouring out your light. Oh my gosh, what is that song? And let your light so shine before men, let your light so shine. Yes, what is that? Is that like Godspell? Or is it Jesus Christ Superstar? I can never remember. Anyway, that song was coming up. So you're letting your light shine. You are just like being the fullest, most blossomed, beautiful, grateful form of yourself. And you are tuning in with gratitude, which is the cornerstone of healing energy. Now, you could be a healer. You could have a phenomenal memory, or you could just be trying to like take a step back and like reframe things, or just really see something from a new perspective. Let's see. I have a book on ancient Egypt that is kind of staring me in the face right now. So there could be something about Egypt, like the location, or like a past life memory, or something that's trying to come through for you. There might be some sort of information or even like geographical significance that will help you out there. I know that sometimes like every place, just like every crystal and every person, has its own like electrical output, right? Has an electrical charge. So sometimes literally putting yourself, like putting your root chakra in a different place, such as Egypt or like Tibet, for example, can help you to actually like tune your vibration to that and help you understand something. So if you feel like called towards Egypt, whether it's in your actual physical heritage or maybe it's in a past life or maybe you live there and you're tuning in from there, I don't know. But like tuning into places that you feel resonant with can help actually like crack open any memories or information that you might need, particularly if you're standing in gratitude. So you're being called to be grateful for where you're at, but there's also an energy of like, so on to the next, like memories. I'm hearing like, thanks for the memories. So Fall Out Boy, shout out to Chicago, also places. So rooted in gratitude, you have something to share, and this might be your journey to gratitude, or this might be the way that you're utilizing gratitude, because I'm seeing TED and like TED Talks are kind of coming up, as well as like Rue for some reason, like Winnie the Pooh, like Rue is coming up. I don't know if that could be like a message for any of you, because maybe just for some of you, but there's something about your attitude change here that's just so happy and like grateful, and we love to see it. You are changing your mind about the world you see. That is a quote from an oracle deck that I do not own. So you're stepping towards the light. You're letting your light so shine before men. Let your light so shine. Yes, okay, sorry. I love it. There is a sense of independence. You're like, I can rely on my gratitude attitude all day, and that will sustain me. Yes. 6 of Pentacles, the Moon, ooh, Strength card, 7 of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. I pulled an extra card for your group. Don't tell. I just take what flies. You have 3 of Pentacles, the Hermit, Queen of Cups, reverse. They're saying, don't take reversals for this one. I'ma listen. 7 of Cups and the Star. Gorgeous. Look at this. Ooh, healing energy. This is like, there's this light that's like within you, group 2. And it's just like trying to just break out of you. It's like Prison Break, but like with your inner light. Great show. And it's like the blueprint. It's like all literally coded into everything, just like Michael's tattoos and Prison Break. I'm not going to go super far into that, but it's like, he has like the map, like his Prison Break plan and like the map to the whole like prison, like tattooed all up and down his body. It's like the entire universe is coded like that. Like every single thing around you is a sign and synchronicity. Your DNA has your entire history in it, your entire Akashic records, the Akashic records of every other being that you are collectively part of the same whole as. And it's just the principle of uniformity, just like in, just like there's like a form of Korean reflexology where like literally this is your head, like your thumb, and you can literally look at your thumb, see the little pointy part in the middle, and that is your nose, and then you can like see your actual face like in your actual thumb, in your thumbprint, but you have to really zoom in and like see it. Just like your thumbprint is like replicated throughout your DNA, and like the caduceus is like a sign that it's just how everything is uniform, like everything is uniform, and your light, you are just like yes, like you are just yes, like okay. Let me channel words here. So you have made a change in your day-to-day life, whether this is exercising, health, with your pets, whatever this is. 6, this is Virgo, this is Mercury. You're speaking your truth. There's equal give and take going on here, and you've created some sort of perpetual cycle. Now, they wanted me to use the word perpetual, and things like perpetual trophies are coming along, so I'm kind of getting an energy that you're kind of like the torch is being passed to you in some sort of situation. Also, I'm also hearing that song by Kesha from the Rainbow album, Old Flames Can't Hold a Candle to You. So something like that. We do have a 6, so someone could be thinking about you as well. But you're focused on yourself. You're focused on the present moment. You're focused on making sure that you receive everything that you need and that you give everything that you need to receive what you need, and that vice versa. You are not really keeping things to yourself at this point, but your depth, your inner depth is so beautiful. You're like letting it crack open, and there's nothing in here except for love and beauty and a lot of knowledge. I'm hearing you have a lot of tricks up your sleeve, and we have 6, 1, 8, 8, 7, 5. So this is like this culmination of energy that then backs back down. So with Strength and Queen of Cups in the middle, this is saying that you might start to get really deep into situations and then kind of go, no. Because there's deception. And 77, this is something that's divinely timed and perhaps like a mirroring energy going on in the relationships in your life in some way, because 7 is Libra and Mercury. This is communicating your sense of self as well as your relationships with other people, keeping things all balanced. Now, on one side, we have deception. On the other side, we have changes, choices, options, right? And we did get another opportunity to create physical change in your life here. We have 8, which is Leo. We have 5 of Pentacles, which indicates physical change, but also having a feeling of being left out in the cold. But what's happening is you're leaving a particular energy behind in order to collaborate in a larger sense. Now, there is something that is going on here that you are implementing in your day-to-day life that is creating significant ripple effects, like huge changes in your future. And I think that you are aware of this. Check out all these 9s. You have 6 and 3, there's a 9. You have 18, there's a 9. You have 9, the Hermit, there's a 9. This is future energy. This is personal freedom. This is psychological contentment and understanding. This is philosophy. This is travel. This is higher knowledge, spirituality. This is getting more in tune with your religion, more in tune with your spirituality, more in tune with yourself. And 9 3 times, which, let me just say, is again, like you tapping into your highest version of yourself and using something to create this that is sustainable in the future. So you are no longer going for the best option, the best feeling option, the most practical option. You are going for the highest vibrational option in your future. You are taking little steps right now, like doing 20 crunches before you go to bed, or drinking a little bit more water, or starting a skincare routine, or picking up a little side hustle, starting to read a book. You are doing little things in your day-to-day life that your future self will look back and be like, yes, bless you, past self, bless your heart and soul, thank you for this. And you're actually feeling this come back to you, and you're utilizing that energy in order to keep you going. Gorgeous. Also, look at this Hermit just meditating and like meditating, levitating. Love to see it. You are, I'm seeing MIT. I don't know if any of you are like going to MIT. If you are, slay. You might be getting like this, okay. So you could be breaking barriers in some way, shape, or form. You could be learning that you are like accepted into a program. You could be noticing this. It could even be like spiritually. You could be like connecting with more people on a spiritual sense, or like there's an energy of like, I made it, I was accepted, like just cracking the code, or like stepping through a door, or like receiving an acceptance letter or something like this. This is great news. And this is on the only card that's like a straight up, like a straightforward 9. Like here, we had to be like, oh, there was give and take, which led you to collaborate, which caused great things in your future. And then we have balancing out your conscious and subconscious minds and allowing the subconscious to permeate forward as you heal it. Okay, there's your 9 after you work with that. This is just like whatever you're doing. Woohoo, it's just me, myself, and I, solo ride until I die. Yes, this straightforward energy, you're like, I'm putting the work into myself. I'm working on my fitness. I'm working on my energy. I'm working on my love. I'm working on my house, my body, my health, my job, everything. All 12 areas of life. Check out the houses of astrology for more. You are on point. You are about to receive something, but this is not something that you wouldn't expect. It's something that you maybe like put out some feelers towards, and then they're going to come back and be like, wow, better than you expected kind of energy. This is, you're receiving, yes, like maybe you applied to MIT, like probably only for a few of you, but maybe you applied to school or you applied to something, and they're going to be like, not only are you accepted into the program, but here's a scholarship. Or not only are you accepted into this internship, but we want to pay you. Like something like this. There's going to be something that's like a little bit better than you expected because you did the hard work. And your reputation precedes you in some way, shape, or form, and in the best way possible. Also, LinkedIn is coming to mind. So if you have a LinkedIn or like a resume or something like this, they're like, if you have worked on it recently, they're like, yes, bless, thank you. That's great. If you don't, or you could like clean it up a little bit, you're being called to go look at that again. Or like your resume or your, I don't really know. I don't think you can like organize your transcripts, but if you have like a cover letter or you're doing an audition or something, it's like audition season right now. So anything like this, yeah, just make sure that you are kind of fine-tuning yourself on paper, because your reputation speaks for itself, but you can always clean it up, on the back end. That's what they're trying to say. You have 188, which is an indication of material abundance coming your way, because you have been forthright about things that are not things that people are not commonly forthright about. Maybe I don't really have too many ready examples coming to my mind, which lets me know that your intuition or your guides are on top of it already. But I'm seeing my astrology book, I'm seeing the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm seeing my giant box of crystals that I have to wrap. So any of those could be significant to you as well. So you have Strength and the Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Star. Okay. In the current moment, you are kind of at this place where you are looking at all that you have gone through, all that you've been through, and there's an indication of your ancestral line supporting you a lot right now. Now, this is the lion that befriended the lamb. Shout out to JC. We love Jesus. There's an indication that you are gentle, you are kind, you are patient. You is smart. There's an indication that you have been through a lot, you have grown, and you have seen things that most people don't, or most people in your something don't, whether this is in your heritage, in your area, in your academic field, in your career line, whatever this is, in your ancestral line even. You have done something that kind of cracks the code for the expectations of your blank, fill in the blank. And this is because you followed your heart. I'm also seeing somebody like, it's almost here, it looks like sitting down and sharing a meal with somebody, in a sense, but also like half of her is underwater, like her lower chakras are underwater, and her top half is totally like just drenched in spirit. So you might have this like deep emotional depth to you, which obviously this is the Queen of Cups with the moon coming out. Yeah, I would say so. But it's like you get either like you get love, unconditional love, or you get divine connection to spirit. It's like one or the other from you, or both. But there's not really like, there's no whatever. Oh, she's kind of in like a prana-y kind of charging energy. You're able to take something from spirit, make it recognizable and tangible in some way, and add emotion and gratitude towards it, which is allowing you to just be grateful for how far you've come and where you're going. And there's this little crown that's sitting on her head. Yes, this is the Queen of Cups, but I'm hearing like in The Little Mermaid, you know, she's like, ah, and like the like Ursula's like fake ass, like her necklace like cracks and the voice goes back into Ariel and she's like, yes, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, like what a queen. Like it's like this moment this moment for you. And this is because you have stood in your heart and stood in your power at the same time, because there is feminine energy, feminine energy, which is like receptive and intuitive and likes to learn and listen and is magnetic. And then there's masculine energy, right, which is like electric, and it likes to act and it likes to do, it likes tangibility, but the heart is the one that's in the center. This is the equal flow. This is like the infinity sign. This is the axis point in the middle, and it's filled with gratitude and unconditional love, and you move from this point. So you have this unique ability to balance the energies within and around you. You are like a living, breathing alchemization of life itself. And yeah, you have so many different things you could do with it, but you always just follow your heart, because you know that while you have a million different options, you have a feeling that there's something that just feels right and you go towards it. Or this would really help you or someone else fall into gratitude. So that's what you go towards. Like you always move with love, group 2. So I guess what they really want you to know is, wow, being the bigger person in whichever way is really, really paying off. And it's going to pay off even more. Now, I like to call attention to this Five of Pentacles with the star here, and also this Tektite is kind of calling my name. Now, this is a kind of moldavite in a sense. It's blue, which is super rare. I got this in Sedona at like the most phenomenal store I've ever been in my life. Oh, I was mentioning places earlier, so like Arizona, Sedona could be significant. Prescott even is coming to mind, but there's an energy here of like you just standing out from the rest. You might feel like a little bit of an oddball, a little bit of an alien. You could be like a starseed, indigo child, rainbow child. I know there are some like just various. A lot of younger generational people are being like incarnated, like freshly incarnated as like new electrical sparks of consciousness, but they don't have karma attached to them because they're here to help like the realm, the collective. And so there's something about this. Maybe you have cleared all your karma already, or maybe you were born without like karma and your job is to just like not attract it anymore. There's something about you where people look at you and they're like, how? But why? But why you? But how you? Because something about you is not supposed to, whatever it is that you're doing, but it's so natural. It's so like authentically like your soul, your spirit, yourself, like coming through. So there's like this energy group too about you that's like, I'm seeing like a giraffe. Like giraffes like see it's symbolism for seeing things from a higher perspective. But you're seeing like, it could be like sacred geometry, it could be the realm, it could be the workings of the universe, the multiverse, it could be so many different things. But there's something about you where maybe for a while you kind of felt like you didn't fit in. You felt like maybe you didn't belong, or there's some sort of like oddball kind of misfit kind of like energy that's coming out where you're like, I have the key. You're like, I have the key to the lock, but everyone's like, but why does this bitch have the key? And you're like, I don't know, I just have the key. Like, and so there's an energy here. Wow, why do I want to cry right now? Okay. So there's this energy here with 2, 17, 8. Look at all these 7s, 2, 9s and 7s. You might be seeing like crazy and 8s because we have 17, 8, we have 18, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, so you're at a place where you are taking your freedom and you are using it to help others like crack open, like transform, like Scorpio, Plutonic energy, just like get into the depths of things. You're like, all right, baby, like what's your trauma? And you're like, all right, have you hugged your inner child? Like, have you told yourself that you're amazing and beautiful in the mirror? Have you brushed your teeth today? Are you drinking water? You're gorgeous. You know, there's something about you that's just like, and it's not you trying to do anything. It's not you like, I'm gonna just be as nice to as many people today. No, this is just you being yourself authentically. There's something about you that is just like nurturing and beautiful and like Queen of Cups-esque. And I'm curious to know the reason why this was brought up in your reading. I'm going to get to it in a minute. But with the star, you are healed, you are healing others, and this is just you being yourself. The star card also has to do with Pleiadian energy, and 7 is Arcturus. So if you do resonate with being a starseed, or you just have a lot of like spiritual ability to travel the realms, journeying meditations, maybe you're a medium and you're like, Earthwalker's boring, like, you know, switch it up a little bit. I don't know. Tap in with the Arcturian collective. Ooh. Yes, they love, just like sending messages. The Pleiadian collective, oh, they love, sending love and gratitude, which you are rooted in. Hey. Also the Boots collective, you might be like drawn to wear cute shoes. Also, this is an indication that maybe, you know, those little, like you can make a little collection of herbs. Be mindful about which herbs you use, do your research, you know, but you can make a collection of herbs or buy one, you know, from a spiritual shop and actually tape them to the bottom of your feet, and it will help pull the toxins out of your body through your meridians out the bottoms of your feet, because we, like our main energy centers are like dexteral, right? The crown of our head, our palms, and the soles of our feet. So that was coming through. Also, you might look a lot younger than you are, or you might like have this youthful energy, a lot of like Jing left in your energy, which is kind of like, it's like this, the youthful energy, we do inherit some of it, but most of it we're just born with, and we kind of like spread it throughout our entire life, but it helps you to stay like youthful and happy and cheery and like have that like childlike energy about you. And it's kind of just like it drains out your mula, so I don't know why I felt called to say that. So maybe practicing like mula bandha, if you practice yoga, could be significant or helpful for you in any way. There's an indication that you like whatever it is that you do, you're a natural at it, you're amazing at it. And I'm just looking at all these little pretty colors in her dress. Like, there are so many things about you could just get lost in forever and ever and just go on a tangent. Look at this. I'm literally just giving you like a glow up reading group 2. Like, I was like, what do you need to know right now? And it's like, group 2 is literally awesome. Oh my God, I'm fangirling over group 2. So there might be people that are like feeling like that about you, or maybe you just need this. I don't know. So they're saying to look at the bottom row for why this is coming up. All of this amazing, beautiful gushiness about you. So you have recently or currently had or will have an opportunity to collaborate with many different people to build something. Maybe you've built something alone and you needed to help show other people how to help you build it. Because notice that this is like a dad kind of teaching like kids, or parents teaching a kid, whatever. They're like, this is how you build a textile. Like step by step, you go over and under and over and under and over and under and pull, and over and under and over and under and over and under pull. I love crafts. Maybe you like crafts too. But there's something very tangible about this. You are able to create something. You've shown other people how to create something, and now they're like, oh, this is how you do it. So it's like now you are leading by example, and you've taken the time just by being yourself to help other people kind of find their own way, finding their way. Because, you know, you're not walking other people's paths for them, but you're also not, you're not doing other people's work for them. You're just kind of like, well, this is what I did. Here's what worked for me. Like, here's what I learned, you know, take it or leave it, and then apply it if you want, you know. And then people are like, holy moly, group 2's got something here. And they know that it's, oh, okay, this is why the 7 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles came out, is because they're recognizing now, people in your surroundings, that that you've collaborated with in the past and in the present, kind of rolling into the future, there's this energy of like, you are trustworthy. Like, I'm hearing like, I would not trust anybody other than group 2 with my soul, my karma, my healing, my wounds, my trauma, my money, my emotions, whatever this is. Like, you are rooted in gratitude and you are trustworthy. You would not deceive anyone. People have watched you get deceived and then be the bigger person, and then get deceived and then be the bigger person. And that is part of the healing journey. It's like, a lot of times when you are meant to be a healer, or you're naturally a healer, like, oh goodness gracious, like, sometimes things happen where you just get stabbed in the back, and then you're like, oh great, that's done, and then they twist it and you're like, oh god, that's done, and then they pull it out and you're like, that makes it worse. But then you need to learn how to heal yourself before you can learn to heal others, or teach others to heal themselves as well, and others, because that's like, you can take a horse to water, right? Or and I don't fish. I also don't encourage eating meat or animal derivatives, but that's not the point. The point is, the phrase I'm going to say is like, you can give someone a fish, or you can teach them how to fish, or you can give somebody a bowl of berries, or you can teach them which berries not to eat. So with the Hermit, there's like this indication of, you did everything on your own. You got to where you're at on your own, and there's almost like, look at this, there's like a little, or giant ass actually, like infinity sign around her, which is like her magnetic field. You might want to look into like quantum mechanics, physiology, maybe kinesiology, traditional Chinese medicine, or even like gyroscopes, because that is a really tangible way to explain what you are experiencing spiritually. If you're like, why do I feel like when I'm in my spirit everything makes so much sense, and then when I come back down I feel like I'm just like spinning in circles, going through these karmic cycles? Look at gyroscopes, bro. Like, gyroscopes in space, the plane is the same even though it spins, right? Gyroscopes on gravity, they have to complete cycles in order to maintain spinning, just like how we are conscious. If you have already, like, I don't want to get like super deep into this, but if you've already like experienced like the fullness like of your whole being, and you're like, okay, well I guess I can explore, or just kind of play, like, I don't know, like, what's up, like if you've cleared all your karma, or you don't have karma, or this is like something, there's some sort of like anomaly, like spiritual anomaly with you. I don't know what this is, but, well, you know what this is, and I know what this is, but it's a lot to talk about. But look at physics, look at quantum mechanics, look at the theory of uniformity theory, look at relativity in time and space, which is the 4th dimension. Physics is like, yep, that's verifiable, it's the 4th dimension. Like, you can explain what's going on. Oh, read the book The Holy Science by Swami Sri Yukteswar. That is Swami Sri Yukteswar, The Holy Science. Read it. You are able to you're not a taker. You're able to receive anything that comes towards you, whether this is other people's bullshit, deception, your deepest, darkest emotions, your anything, and just alchemize it into something big and beautiful and light and amazingness. And that's why you have so many options in front of you and ahead of you, and you are being called. You're going to be given, no. You're going to be given several opportunities in the future. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I was going to say you're going to be given a choice to make, and they're like, not that. You're going to be given a lot of opportunities. And you are going to feel called to maybe take several of them at a time. They're saying, yes, do it. You can do it. This brings me back to the dumortierite. Make sure, this is your advice with the Hermit, make sure you are taking time, woohoo! Make sure that you are taking time for yourself. Make sure that you are stepping in Virgo energy as much as you can. Yes, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, but they want you to focus on Virgo and 6 energy, right? So with this dumortierite, you're being asked to schedule and plan accordingly. Please plan in your rest. Please plan in your play. Please plan in your dilly-dally time. And, like, make sure that you organize yourself, your energy as much as you can. Schedule in, if you have to, your meditation, your chakra balancing, your yoga asanas, your work. Schedule in, scheduling things in. Like, get in there, plan. And then also, what is that? Nope. Okay. If it's not coming to my mind, it's not meant to be said. So with dumortierite, there's something about your past life. You're able, time is relative. So, I'll say parallel lifetime. There's something about your, like, another life that your energy is tied to. There we go. You are being called to they're saying not pull, utilize something from that. Now, whether there is like a particular image that you see or a message that you hear or something, whenever you tap into this energy, and you'll know what I'm talking about, it's going to be the first thing that comes to your mind. If there's like a little blurb or a lesson or a vision or an action or something that this ties to in some way, shape, or form, they want you to focus in on that energy, because that will help you to push through easily, whatever this is. You're going to have a lot of opportunities. They want you to take all of them. They're like, life is short, do all the things. You're not going to be feeling like the hermit loves being alone. The hermit is like, please leave me alone. I'm happy meditating. And look at me, I'm levitating. The moon is like drowning, and there's all these wolves that are howling at the moon, right? And they're like, oh, we're all balanced and the moon is full. There's a lot of energy, and you're just like succumbing to the universe. And then the Five of Pentacles here is a little bit like, I just got deceived. Like, why is nobody listening to me? I feel left out in the cold. Like, what? WTF, you know? But this dumortierite is like, if you tap into this energy, whatever this is, you have been shown something time and time and time and time again, and now is the time where you're coming into it to understand it and utilize it. They're like, your guides are saying that they needed to like really emphasize or imprint this, whether it's a vision or a dream or an understanding or some sort of experience, so that you can continue to get comfortable in this energy and utilize that energy. There's something about this that's really coming up, and they want you to organize it. They want you to take time throughout your day to just tap into this and see what else it has to offer you, because it's a lot, and this will help you to process several things at once, just like you are currently experiencing several lifetimes at once, because, I mean, every being on this planet is part of the same spark of consciousness, but we're all individual, and we experience past lives, like several reincarnations, but time is an illusion. So we are all incarnated everywhere all at once. So ooh, wow, I just saw like this light fly. Oh my gosh. So make sure that you are tapping into whatever this is, because there's a reason that it's been like imprinted towards you, on you for so long. Now I believe Egypt was coming up again with the places, so you might feel called to travel a little bit, to go to places that your soul feels, I don't know, just kind of intuitively drawn towards. There is a reason. You might not know the reason now. You might know the reason now. You seem highly intuitive, but like plan. You're being called to plan ahead of time, because you plan for things to go your way and a little bit better, and then plan for some opportunities you didn't plan for to come into your life. You are already picking up on what it is you're going to be experiencing, so they want you to plan for everything that is going to happen, because you already know what it is. You have some sort of specific leverage intuitively here, so they want you to fall into gratitude early, because early bird gets the worm, and to just continue, like, I'm seeing like gras, like Mardi Gras, and also like oh, doesn't that mean like fat or like big? Oh no, that's called, oh my god. So I'm not French. I just, yeah. Anyway, so there's something that's like big that's coming towards you. They want you to really stand in gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude. Just keep in your heart center, because there's something so amazing and beautiful about you. And you're going to be like acknowledged soon in some way. And it's not just acknowledged, you're going to be like blessed, like adorned. Like you're going to have so many different opportunities. And anything that comes your way, you're going to be able to see right through, filter right through. There's an energy of one of these, like, as this plethora of opportunities comes your way, there might be like one or two that kind of try to like hop on there and be like, oh, like group number 2, they're growing, they're doing amazing, let me try to like sneak in there. You're going to see right through this. Just, they're saying don't pay attention to it. Like, just don't even give it your energy. Don't be like, hey, don't do that. Don't be like, I see what you're doing. Just don't give it your energy. And they won't be able to have your energy. They won't be able to duplicate it, utilize it, hop on board as the train's taken away from the station, nothing like that. And the star, gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, healing energy. This is wish fulfillment. This is connecting with higher consciousness. This is the fountain of youth. This is when you wish upon a star. Gorgeous. We love it. Which also kind of brings me back to, that's Pinocchio, right? That whole movie was written in a way that it's like, he makes every single wrong choice, even though his consciousness is conscious. His conscience is telling him what the right answer is, and he keeps just fumbling the ball. And you might recognize this around you. And Pinocchio's just trying his best. He really is. Like, he's got this happy little, like, happy-go-lucky, like, everything's gonna work out, I'm optimistic kind of vibe to him. But he keeps fumbling the ball. It's like, I heard this quote in a movie. What was it? I think it was, like, Amsterdam or something. And he's like, some people are just too stupid to get killed. And it's not like, I'm not calling anybody stupid, but it's like, there's, like, this energy. You might start noticing this. So whatever this is that's trying to, like, hop on your wagon or whatever, just kind of disregard it. Don't give it your energy, and just be like, let this energy dizzy itself, because it's not you, it's them, you know, and they're learning their thing, and you're learning your thing, and you're here to be yourself so that other energies can learn from you. So some people learn by doing, learn by imitating, learn by reading, by writing, by listening. You know, there's so many different ways people learn, and you seem like you get your energy right from the source. So with that being said, again, there's this energy of having a particular lifetime or energy or something that's kind of been like emphasized and re-emphasized like throughout your lifetime, like a lot. So tune into this. This is the star card. This is also like little star seed card in an essence. So maybe you might feel called to stay up more at night, or if you're awake at like 3-4 in the morning, that's when the veil is the thinnest. Also, there's a lot of crown energy going on here. So you might be encouraged to like bathe in the sun a little bit, just like talk to the sun, be like the sun, absorb the sun. Yes, we love the sun. Also, same thing with nighttime and the stars. Also, continue to fall into your individuality and stay small, stay humble, stay loyal, because just as you are the whole of which there are parts, you are also a part of the whole. So it's like you having this divine connection is like, keep your channel open and keep being authentic, keep being yourself, but also stay grounded in the sense where you are one body, one piece of this one spark of consciousness, like walking around. And the fact that you have been through what you've been through, the fact that you have like grown into who and what you are, whether it's naturally or you worked for it, or however this beautiful, amazing energy of yours happened to be, there is just emphasis that you are not ever meant to do anything other than organically be yourself. So that's what you need to focus on the most. Don't worry too much about being too much of this or too much of that, or trying to appease other people, or trying to get anything or do anything. You are just meant to show up, because that is enough. You are doing more than you think you are by just merely showing up. And that is the main message that they really wanted to say for you today. That, and also, yeah, expect some blessings. They're like, no lessons, just blessings. I love that. I need to write that on a little, next time I write down little oracle cards. I'm gonna put that on there. So let me pull some advice from your angel spirits and guides. Ooh, all natural. Yeah. Group 2, you're amazing just the way you are. Love you, group 2. Okay. And a miracle awaits. Oh my God. Mutual respect and understanding. Oh, group 2. I feel like it's been a long time coming. Yes. Okay. That is from the movie What a Girl Wants. Okay, I'm getting too into it now. So there is mutual respect and understanding about the fact that your manifestation is so on point. It's so tangible, and the way that you go about your manifestation, it's so replicable. There's something that you do that's easily replicable. And that is why people are kind of like, I'm hearing counterfeit. There's like maybe a little bit of like phony baloney, trying to be you, trying to act like you, trying to whatever. But again, don't pay this attention, but like just know that that's because what you're doing is working. So with all natural, maybe you're somebody who, I'm saying like tour, like maybe like you're from like Torino, or I don't know, places are coming up a lot. So maybe it's time for you to move, or you might have an opportunity to travel. We did get a heck of a lot of 9s coming out. With 8s can sometimes indicate travel, like 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords, right? Shortened 4s. So something is happening soon. You're going to have some seeds you planted a long time ago coming to fruition. You're going to have some new things blossom for you very quickly. And there's something about the way that you are just yourself that is all that you need to do. That is the message that keeps coming up. They're like, just keep being yourself, keep doing what you're doing. Come on, group 2, keep on doing what you're doing. Yeah, okay. And trust that there's something that maybe you've been waiting for. Aw, everybody wants to be loved every once in a while. Aw, that's the same song. I think it's called Long Time Coming. I have no idea who sings it. It's the boy from that movie that I just said, What a Girl Wants. So, what else? Oh, understanding. There's something that you understand in a very deep but also tangible sense, and you are able to stand up for yourself and for others who are not able to either do what you're trying to do or send the message you're trying to send successfully. But you have learned from your mistakes and the mistakes of others, and that is exactly what sets you apart from the rest. There, earlier when I was like, oh, this, like, group 2 has the key to something, and they're right next to the door, and they're like, hey, this door opens once, like, come with me. Like, you could be, I don't know, helping people heal or find the light or something, and you're like, hey, this one's the light, you know, the big one that's light, it's that one, you know. And people get lost. They get lost trying to find their way because they're like, oh, but this hurts, but this feels weird, but this person, this job, this thing, but I feel like I have to, this society, this money, whatever. And you're like, light, like light. There's something about you that's just like, you are gratitude, like you are love, you are light. And so there's this emphasis here of like, just keep being yourself, keep doing what you're doing, because there's going to be respect and understanding that you are the one with the key, and the key was just gratitude. That's it. That's all, you know. You trip and fall. Aw, well, grateful. So essentially, keep looking at everything and everyone else as just a bit of the same being that you are, just a different bit of it, because no one, by definition, can be you. So there's always that. But at the same time, everything and everyone is you, you know? So there's a little bit of that. So this mutual and respect and understanding, this unconditional love and this gratitude that you have from your sense of understanding. I'm hearing like mistook your kindness for weakness, but it's like your strength is your kindness. Your strength is your gratitude. It's like, it's not weakness. It's not lack of knowledge. It's not lack of understanding or experience in the real world that makes you like spiritual and loving and gratitude. It is over experience, over exposure to the real world that makes you so grateful. And it's like when you see like some celebrities getting followed by the paparazzi and they're like, oh my God, like F you, get away from me. And that's understandable, you know, people want their privacy, hermit mode all day. But there are also some people who are like, you know, thank you, I'm grateful for you. You give me like my career and you are taking your precious time in order to just like be in my energy, which is like a lot, and just like, I don't know, like all love and light. And that, you'll notice the people who behave one way versus the people who behave another way, regardless of how much attention is on them, that changes the narrative of what's out there about them. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to say that. And then off-grid. Now, off-grid is coming up a lot. You might feel like you kind of just want to dip out, and your spirit guides are actually saying not to do that right now. You might be feeling like you want to take a little social media detox, or like quit something that you're doing, or just kind of like, I don't know, go live in a cabin in the woods for a month or something like this. Just go like whatever. And they're saying like you can take a little bit of time to explore your local area, but you're going to be given opportunities to do something. Like, you're picking up on a future energy, which is why you want to do this. But they want the opportunity to come to you, and then you take the opportunity instead of you going out there trying to sniff it out or like guess what it is, or trying to because the reason you might be feeling called towards this is because there is an opportunity coming your way. You're picking up on it clairsentiently or in some way. And so you're like, oh, this is a nice energy. I like this. I want to go do this. Like if you're feeling called to a particular place or an energy and you know that it's not where you're at, you might be like trying to figure out where it is. Or if you're like, I really want to connect more with nature, you might have like an opportunity to go on a retreat, but you might miss the opportunity to go on the retreat if you just like hop in your car right now and go like camping, you know? So there's something like this. Or same thing with social media. Like you might feel like you want to be like, oh, I'm just going to shut down my whole Instagram. But like the day that you would have shut down your Instagram might be the day that like that post goes viral or something like that. So they're saying just to hold off, and you will have this opportunity to find this solace, but remember that it's within. keep being yourself, unapologetically, and know that there's a lot more good coming for you than you expect, and it's because you deserve it, and you know you deserve it. And because of that, that's reflecting outwards, and people see that you deserve it too. And they're like, holy moly, group 2 has the key. Where has group 2 been all this time? Oh my gosh, they've been right there in front of our face. So keep staying rooted in gratitude. And then also, I'll say it again, try to be as organized as possible right now. If you can take a little bit of time to clean up your schedule, organize those papers on your desk, or organize something, particularly your, they're saying work tools and things that you use every day. These little things will help you to just have more solace and mindfulness and gratitude throughout your day. Also, you might want to clean up like what's connected to your memory, like food. So clean up like your fridge, your kitchen, and if you're doing little self-care things, clean up those areas that you use like every day or for your special little like you time. That will help you a lot. So just try to stay organized and plan ahead for the things that you already know that are going to happen. Expect if you've put applications out there or you have inquired on particular job opportunities per se, or education opportunities, or just travel opportunities, anything in general, know that you're going to be getting a yes, let's do it, and then some. So with that being said, know that start planning for what you are expecting, because this will give you more room to take the supplemental opportunities, which will be the things that you enjoy a little bit more. They don't really want to say more than that. They want you to just keep being yourself, period. Okie dokie. So I think that's all I have for you today, group 2. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you. What a beautiful and like interesting reading. I'm grateful for you. I just said that. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Check out my book, The Fool's Journey. That's the first book that I published. I like the Amazon publishing version better than the Barnes & Noble publishing version, but that's just me. Anyway, check that out. I think that you might really appreciate that on like a soul level. So I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I love you so much. Namaste. Oh, and drop a comment and a like. It really helps me out a lot. I like to see that you like my videos, and then also like comment, because I'm really trying to build a community, and then like subscribe, but you know, you don't have to, but it would be really nice, and it helps me out a lot. And anyway, I love you. Okay, namaste. Hi there, group number 3. Namaste, and thank you so much for being here today. If you selected this beautiful orange opal, then this is your reading. So orange opal helps you to regulate and balance out your emotional and intuitive bodies. It helps you to center yourself in meditation, and it also helps you with internal work. Now, this can help you balance your energy quite a bit, but it's also amazing for if you're feeling stressed or burnt out. So if there's an area of your life where you might be feeling like you are putting in a lot of energy, or you're trying to magnetize or receive a bit more, then this reading might be for you. The advice with orange opal is typically to feel it out with your sacral chakra. So you have intellectual air as your card. This is amazing. This lets me know that you are so both intelligent and intuitive. You're very intellectual. And there is a dynamic going on between the dichotomy of the right brain and the left brain, of rationality and intuition, of logic and emotion. And you are sinking into balance between these two areas of life. I can see here that you are one that is either more esteemed or more confident, and also that you have a big heart. There is kind of this, I'm seeing Elle here, and the first thing that's coming to my mind is Elle Woods when she says, Harvard, what, like it's hard? There is this beautiful energy to you that you have this confidence that has allowed you to succeed at things seemingly effortlessly. And you might be very skilled, actually, at balancing your emotions and your rational mind. You could be a workhorse in some way, but you're very, very smart. And you seem to be making some sort of transition, or looking for some sort of fulfillment, or looking for something more. Now, whatever it is you're looking to receive, you have the ability to create something, and it's trying to come through your intuition. Now, it's important to process your intuition through your logical mind and allow them to balance each other out so that you don't try to overthink or over-rationalize your intuition, but don't try to follow your intuition without taking practical steps in order to follow the path your intuition is guiding you towards. And this is where it helps you to feel it out. I'm going to get into your tarot cards here. So what does group 3 need to know right now? Angel spirits and guides and ancestors of group number 3. What does group number 3 need to know the most right now? I saw Queen of Pentacles. You might be very abundant, but with the Fool in reverse, you feel maybe a bit either reluctant or hesitant to make a new start in life. I'm seeing somebody like moving from Los Angeles to like Wyoming or something like this, making a big change, maybe wanting to not release a structure that they've already built, but to almost make a change here. You have the Four of Cups and death and rebirth wanting to come out. I'm hearing to put them back, but this lets me know that you are, I'm hearing all that glitters isn't gold. You want to take more heart-centered action and rebirth a certain part of yourself or your life. Angel spirits and guides of group number 3, please give me some flying cards to help see what you'd like to talk to group 3 about. Now you have the Moon and Five of Pentacles, which both came out in group number 2. There could be messages for you there, but we'll see what the rest of the stream of energy has for you. Ace of Wands with the Justice. Oh, there could definitely be messages for you in group number 2. With the Strength at the bottom of the deck, absolutely. And the World card popping out. You're being called to follow your heart and your intuition towards something that your mind can't seem to make rational sense of. You have abundance very strongly in one area of life, and you're being called to distribute or disperse that in a way that is either humanitarian or helping either the collective, helping the earth, helping people who need it, or just your friends in general. You have a unique opportunity to balance the scales in some way, and you are going towards it, but there is an energy of just a lot of emotion building up here with the Moon. You might feel like left out in the cold or a little bit misunderstood at this time, but your guides want you to know that this future that you are trying to build, once you are strong enough to stand up, or once you push through this little bout of energy you're working through, you will not be alone. And these changes that you are making in your life, or in the lives of others, you're being called to implement a little bit more lighthearted energy, a little bit more fun, a little more play. Find a way to, without minimizing the situation that you are helping, try to make a game or some sort of fun out of it. You have the Page of Pentacles. You might want to start on a new venture, and you are being called to either take some time working on yourself, looking inwards, creating a new project, or just building something from the ground up. And I'm hearing yes and. So you might be improvising whatever it is that you are working on right now. This might be something that people around you or people like you or something like this don't typically do. If you, for example, are very well off financially and you're looking to give back, you might not be surrounded by people who have the same passion as you, whether this is finances or intellect or spiritual ability or even emotional understanding. There's a sense of wanting to feel like you made a difference while you're here, and not for you, but for other people. I'm getting that you're a phenomenal listener, and there are some skills about you, about your ability to connect with people, understand what people want and their demand, as well as listening and understanding on a deeper level that is very unique to you. You might have special gifts when it comes to seeing, hearing, or smelling, or even tasting. These could be ways that your intuition speaks to you, or ways that you might find information that others don't have access to, because you're a phenomenal listener and you take the time to let people tell you what you need to understand instead of trying to over-rationalize what's going on. You could also have Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, or Leo significantly in your chart. Perhaps Leo Mercury, Libra Sun, Moon in Scorpio or Sagittarius. Now, you are someone who knows how to deal with bouts of anxiety quite well. You're someone who gets their sleep or doesn't need much of it. There's something about you that absolutely knows which way to go, and you've completed many, many cycles in this life that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to even get near. This might make you feel a little bit overly individualized in some sense, and this might be why you want to give back. You want to become part of your community, but use your individuality in order to benefit it. You want to perhaps make some sort of changes in, this could be literally society and the system, social justice, something like this. You want to help to turn things around in a gentle way that allows everybody to be happy and expand. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm grateful that you're part of this collective, Group 3. You have Knight of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There might be a bit of difficulty when it comes to finding somebody who matches your level in mind, body, and spirit, particularly when it comes to relationships, but with love in general. Now, if you are experiencing like it's hard, you might be very educated, but you might be around people who are well instructed, not well educated. Or you might be one who likes to build, likes to nurture, likes to use their intuition and go with the natural cycle and order of things. If there is a demand, you supply. If there is an emotion, you experience it. And you like to learn. If there's something that you don't know, you want to learn more about it. You could be very curious. And you might be surrounded by people who are comfortable where they're at in some way. Converse could be significant, as well as like untied shoelaces, roses, tattoos, or even like letters, envelopes, like little secret admirers, love letters, things like this. Or just letters, mail in general. Okay, well there's the Empress and the Page of Swords coming out. I will re-pull another card for this since these just came out. So what I'm seeing here is your guides want to call to your attention the fact that you have unique leverage and you have the opportunity to pour it into yourself more. But I think that you're wonderful at self-care, but there's an opportunity for you to tap into maybe your spirit or your emotions a bit more. They want you to start living through what you feel a bit more. And this might draw you away from romantic relationships, perhaps, and towards more humanitarian efforts. There is an energy of overthinking a lot when it comes to clarity and decisions. You might need to make a lot of decisions in your day-to-day life. You could also be in the public eye in some way, have a lot of people's eyes on you, and you might feel a lot of pressure to do the right thing or say the right thing all the time. Now, there is energy here of you wondering if, okay, clearly you're very successful, you're very intuitive, you're very smart, you might seem to have it all, but there's an energy of feeling like you're not done yet. There's still a chapter of your book that you want to open, and you want to give back. You want to feel better. These are two things you know for sure. You want to make a change, and you feel like you must be the one to create it, because otherwise you wouldn't have been given such a beautiful bounty. We have 11 and 3 standing out to me here, which are the numbers of leaning into your individuality and being quite aloof, as well as higher learning and education. And number 3 also indicates communicating, speaking your mind, a little bit of back and forth energy, but primarily creativity. You might be called to start doing something more creative. You might actually be surprised that by pouring your money or your abundance or your intellect into yourself, you might actually help people more this way. If you extend the offer to help, for example, and you are just flooded with messages, information, light bulbs, opportunities, it might almost serve you better to follow your heart. We have King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is saying that it will help you to follow your heart and almost go where the wind blows you. And this is not from a self-centered place, but because that way you will always end up where you will be the most fulfilled. And where you have your cup of emotion overflowing, it will automatically overflow onto others. This will also help you to almost set a filter as to what energies have access to you. The word overexposed is coming to mind, as well as the song Overprotected by Britney Spears. So something like this might be significant for you. There are quite a bit of numbers in the teens, like higher numbers coming out here. We have 5 and 2, which is 10. We have 18, 11, 16. And then, of course, we have the King of Pentacles coming out with the King of Cups coming out earlier. You are definitely ready. You might be in a nurturing role, but you might need to take a lot of action. You might have, you might have a bit of loyalty around you, but outside of that, outside of your precise inner circle, you might have a difficult time knowing who to trust. But you have such a tight barrier around you that you know that what filters through to you is safe. But this support seems to not necessarily be there when it comes to what the difference that you want to make in the world. Now, it might be because there's lack of understanding, lack of emotional awareness, or just knowing that you're the one with the key that has the ability to unlock this door might just be a lot of pressure. And you might be actually encouraged by people around you, don't try to mess with that. Just don't try to go there. It's just probably best if you leave everything the way that it is, or something like this. There's some, let's just say comfortable, let's stay comfortable energy that's coming through. And yes, your guides want to bring attention to both. Now, Libra rules the skin, and there's an emphasis of balancing the scales coming out here with the Tower. With the King of Pentacles, you might be feeling called to pay more attention to your skincare, but this might not be from a place of physical problems. This might be from a place of emotional problems. Libra rules your relationship with others. This is the Aries and Libra dynamic, and you're meant to find a access point between them both. If you are having problems with your skin, which is ruled by air, you might actually find more success in paying a little bit more attention to yourself, not just when it comes to doing your nightly skincare routine, taking care of yourself, like taking a bath, things like that, but actually like following your emotions. Taking that random trip because you feel called to go there. Donating is coming up a lot as well, but perhaps anonymously, or doing something that allows you to follow your intuition, because there is a perceived blockage about feeling like you're the only one who wants to make this change or wants to do whatever it is that you're doing. But it's not, sorry, I want to make sure I get the right message out here for you. I'm trying to listen. You have completed many cycles, and you are definitely a hard worker, and you definitely stand out from the rest of your environment. But you need nurturing as well. Affection. Your inner child wants to feel more fulfilled. And there is so much work around you, energy of work, energy of finances, energy of smart, like you tick all the boxes on paper, but emotionally, it's like, I'm hearing Lucky by Britney Spears. Oh, I love that song. Like who you used to be or who you wanted to be almost maybe gave way to what you became. And I don't see that you would ever change anything about that because you put the work in and you are very proud of where you are. But simultaneously, there's a little part of that kid that you were that just wanted things to be simple, things to just flow, and things to just feel happy that wants to come out here. So by self-care, I mean being more gentle with yourself, doing things that would make your inner child happy. Maybe like having your favorite juice box, or going to a place where you have a phenomenal childhood memory, or even sitting down late at night with your journal or your laptop open and just writing from the perspective of your inner child. Just start easy, write about your day, and then see if just a random stream of consciousness starts coming out. And you'll find that you're actually channeling your inner child. Another great practice for this is to close your eyes and think of a time where your inner child really needed a hug, and give it that hug. Or look back and think of a time where your inner child was so happy, like this is a real time in your life, and channel that energy and think, what could you do in your day to help bring that energy to the forefront? And maybe you're thinking, I don't have time for that. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, as if. And that's exactly the point. That is an indication that there's an area where you're almost brushing your emotional fulfillment under the rug because you're so smart, because you're so educated, because you have so much success under your belt, because you are great at supply and demand. But what you're now acknowledging is that there's a part of you where there is a demand, and you know how to supply it, but only you do. And that's exactly why you're able to acknowledge and recognize this in others. This is your superpower. This is your heart. And you recognize the way that maybe people have been overlooked, the way that people feel like they don't have help, the way that people feel like they have everything they need, but just not that extra push. And that might be related to what you want to the change you want to help make. And through this, you're being called to provide this to yourself so that it overflows onto others. And you might be thinking, you have so much abundance. You have so much intuition. You've lived quite a full life. Perhaps you're a mother. You have a lot of responsibilities. I mean, human babies, pet babies, I don't know. A lot of work. There's a lot of emphasis of your emotions going underneath work. Perhaps you're the kind of person that, for whatever you do, needs to just show up and smile, regardless of the day that you've had. And there is such a power in that, such a strength in that, that often goes unseen and likely unrecognized. But just because you know how to turn it off doesn't mean that there's not still something there. So you're really being asked to tune into your intuition, and not just your intuition, but your emotions, the way that things really feel on an emotional level. I don't think it's a coincidence that this orange opal came out. I have a plethora of opals. This one is from Brazil. The one on my finger is from Ethiopia. I have a whole jar of fire opals from Mexico next to me. But this particular one, this is from Brazil, the home of Carnival. This is orange, the color of the sacral chakra, which rules your sensuality, your pleasure, your emotional fulfillment in the physical realm. And I'm also hearing the Cage the Elephant song, mind over matter, it doesn't matter to any of us. You might not have an outlet for your emotions, or you might not want to have an outlet for your emotions, and that's okay. You can look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself about your day. You can create a private note on your laptop and write about your day. Talk to your inner child and see what they have to say back. There are some very beautiful constructs that you can break within yourself. And it's only with love. It's with love. I'm seeing like an ice cap melting. So maybe you want to help with environmentalism, or maybe you have a tendency to ice yourself out where you would hold space for others. Again, there is an indication of like a tower moment when it comes to love. I'm being drawn to the heart that the lightning is taking shape, that the lightning is creating here, but with the butterflies. There is an abundant opportunity here for you to experience the kind of love that you want in your life, whether that be familial or platonic or romantic, whatever that resonates with for you. But the key to this will actually be through allowing yourself to feel emotional fulfillment. Because if you're not, without experiencing that emotional fulfillment, putting the work into that area, you will not be able to fully recognize it when it's in front of your face, or the lack thereof when it's in front of your face. And you might find a lot of almosts, but this is for a reason, because there is indication here that there's something that ticks all your boxes, and you might be readily open towards it, readily available towards it. But you will be meeting people who understand you either emotionally or educationally or mentally or spiritually, but not one that checks all the boxes. And the reason for this is because you're being asked to go back and nurture yourself. Speak with yourself in the sanctity of your own home. There's an indication of needing to let loose a little bit too, in gentle, loving ways. The more you can regulate your own emotions, whether this is just working on some breath work a little bit, might be very beneficial for you. And to regulate your emotions or bring them to the surface, a mudra that helps a lot with that is your pinky to your thumb. Now, pinky rules water and thumb rules fire. Fire opals, again, might be helpful for you. That is of the fire and water elements. Excuse my doggy, Brandy, barking in the background. This will help to regulate your emotions and help you tune into that as well. Now, if you have an open circle like this, it will create an opening in your energy channel immediately and very strongly, like a rush of emotion. But if you close it like this and you put your thumb to the knuckle, it will open it a little bit less, but it will be more of a slow, steady, long-lasting progress, whereas this is a little more immediate and will open the floodgates, so to speak. So just be cautious of that as well if you're practicing this. You might spend a lot of time reading, learning, studying, applying, or on social media as well. And you might need to feel like you need to plan a lot, whether you have like every minute of your day organized or you plan your Instagram feed just perfectly. But there are some like little messages around you. I'm getting like the phrase "a little birdie told me" with these little birds here, and that's kind of letting me know that there are two maybe like love birds perhaps in your surroundings, whether these are literally two birds that have been sitting on your windowsill or these are two people that are in a joyous relationship that you know of. Use that almost as an anchor, but also obviously customize it for yourself. Notice that there is such thing as healthy love in whichever way this is that you're searching for, whether it be community, friendship, love, romantically, familial, because it exists within yourself. So when you allow yourself to feel this and acknowledge that it exists within you, then you'll be able to recognize it outside of you. Now, as you dive in here, there might be some things that come up. And as these things come up, you want to release them so you no longer are holding on to them. Writing down these things or just letting out the energy, this is where things like lion's breath, deep exhales, will help you to release the energy. Things like crying as well, or writing things down. You might also find help in manifesting by scripting, which is where you write down what you want, and then you can either like write it down on a whiteboard and erase it, or you can write it down and burn it, or send it out to sea, but be eco-cautious if you're doing that, please. And I'm almost feeling like, but what about the people I want to help? What about the people? And you want the best version of yourself to help these people. That will be the energy that you can put into this more wholeheartedly. This will create the time, this will create the space and the emotional involvement. And I know you're thinking, well, not the time, probably not the time, because you have all this rational energy within you, which is beautiful. Always stay rational. But don't overthink. If you spent a day or even a week just going with your natural flow instead of what your organized planner is telling you to do, and this might sound like blasphemy if you have like Virgo or Libra or like something in your chart that's very organized and tangible. But if you take some time to go with your flow instead, you'll find that you end up doing most likely a lot of the same things you're already doing, but you'll notice how you naturally reorganize and reprioritize. And that will help you to find a flow that works the best for you and kind of release some of this rigidity. And you might find that you have more space and time in your day than you think. And that might sound a bit counterintuitive, but if you are following your heart, it will always lead you where you want to go. And I can see that you are part of your emotional fulfillment comes from your intellect. It comes from your business side, from your intuition, from your nurturing side. So you are your guides want to let you know, first of all, that your ancestors are with you. If you have a passed on loved one, I'm feeling like a masculine energy, maybe one that left a little early, is coming through to say that it's okay, and that they love you very much. But also, there is an indication as well that since you are so passionate about what you already do, if you follow your emotional flow and you follow what you want, what fulfills your heart, you will notice that you do the same exact things that you're already doing, but with a different energy to it. Sure, it might reorganize your schedule a little bit for a few days or something, but it will help you to reassess your why. And it's not just that you want to help people, it's why you want to help people. And it's because there's a part of you that wants what it is that you have to provide to others. So by connecting those things together, by creating a bridge, you'll be able to heal yourself and then overflow that and pass on to others. Again, skin is coming up a lot. If your skin flares up at all whatsoever, practice your breath work a lot more, and try cutting back on the products that you use. If you expose yourself to too many different types of products in any way, shape, or form, when this comes to like food or like lotions or anything, exposing yourself to too many like different things can be very abrupt for you. Also, just something that's gentle and non-abrasive or penetrating, like doing something like Reiki energy or using crystals might help a lot. And I know that might seem like it's subtle, but that's also kind of the point. There's like a lot of seeing something and wanting to tackle it, but allowing yourself to surrender, I know that's a scary word, but allowing yourself to surrender to your emotions, to your flow, to what you genuinely want and need that day, will change the way that you see your body, change the way that you see the world you're living in, change the way that you feel about yourself. And I'm just feeling like a big hug to pass on from you, and they're saying that you'll know who it is. This time it feels more feminine. So I'm getting that you do have ride or die energy like around you in your surroundings. You do have a lot of people that are loyal to you and support you a lot. And this is something that you can ground yourself into, knowing that if you take a step back and focus on yourself, you will be protected. It's like you do so much for others, you can expect this to come back around. You don't always need to be the one to solve everything, but allowing yourself to complete that for yourself will actually give you more time, energy, ability, and more of a defined pathway towards helping you succeed at whatever it is you're trying to do. I think that you know how much of an ability you have to create change. You know how powerful you are, you know how intuitive you are, and you might be a lot more intuitive than you lead on, particularly with the people around you. You might enjoy meditation or have dreams that are very, like you could have premonitions or just have things that come to you where you don't always know how you know these things, you just do. And maybe you feel either like alone, or like you want to pick up a divination tool or some singing bowls or some tarot cards, runes, or something like this. I'm also hearing to check out your ancestry, but particularly check out like crafts, foods, and like spiritual practices from your own ancestry. It might help you to connect with different parts of yourself that you didn't know you wanted to have access to. So we have the star here, and I'm hearing it's time to make a change. So man in the mirror might be, I'm feeling that that's very much the energy that you're in. Like you look at yourself and you are like, yes, I'm successful. I have accomplished so much. I can do so much with this. I have all the resources in the world that I could ever want to help do this. But it's like, is it out of a feeling of obligation? Because on the inside, there is that feeling there, but then on the outside there's a feeling of obligation. So what you want to do is cleanse the energy in between, however you feel comfortable cleansing your energy, and that will help literally put a protective barrier, like slugging, you know, when you put like things on your skin to help prevent it from free radicals. Very similar. I don't know why skin is coming up a lot, probably because I plucked out like Libra and Aquarius right away from your cards. So yeah, Aquarius rules the lower legs, Libra rules the skin and the buttocks, and there's also Leo here, which rules like your chest, your heart, your lungs. So really focus on some breath work and think about letting your emotions permeate to the outside a little bit more. Maybe hug that person that you love, your family member, your friend, whatever that is, and spend some time with your pets or with your children or with your loved ones, and just try to add a little more affection into your day-to-day life. It might help you a lot, because you have the mushy, gushy, happy, pure heart in there, and you have the determination and the ability to just power through anything, but you shouldn't have to power through anything. It should come to you with ease, with flow, and you have the right to... I was going to say you have the right to remain silent. That's so funny. You have the right to release. You have the right to flow with your energy. And you have the right for things to be easy for you for once. And you might be somebody where people like look at you and they're like, oh, you just have it easy. And you're like, no, I worked really, really hard. Like, people don't see... when people see amazing results, they don't always see the hard work that it takes. They just see somebody who succeeded. But what people don't understand is that it takes a lot to get to that point. Regardless of whether or not people perceive it as being handed to you, you can only have something handed to you if you take it and do something with it. So even that, it's like there's this feeling of like other people maybe like permeating. Overexposed is coming out again. Maybe you spend a lot of time in the sun, need to remember your SPF or something like that. There's this healing and this like wish for something more, this connection to the divine. If you're spiritual or religious at all, just incorporating this a little bit more into your day might help you so much with the way that you feel. Like saying little bedtime prayers, or using a rosary or prayer beads like a mala, or meditating, using some singing bowls, connecting with spirit, with the universe, with God. Honestly, whatever it is that resonates with you the best. And here's this Knight of Cups in reverse, but they want me to show it upright, as well as this Judgment card. We did get the High Priestess and the Hierophant here. There is whatever energy you're looking for in love, it does exist out there for you. But you will need to stumble onto it. You will need, it will come to you, but not in the way that everything else does. Take that however it resonates. And there's a transformation, an alchemical process that's happening within you, where you are releasing so many things, and you are surrendering to God, but also to your higher self. There is a beautiful energy here of having the opportunity to take the amazing, beautiful self that you have built yourself into, your inner child, and the highest form of your being, your soul, your spirit, and allowing them to integrate, to become one with each other. And as you do this, there'll be little things that pop up in the way as little pieces of dense energy And you'll just release these and allow yourself to tune into your inner child and tune into your higher self. I'm getting that you are very connected with your spirit, with your higher self, and with God, but your inner child wants a little bit more attention. You have this youthful energy about you that you're almost, maybe you're afraid to dive into. But don't worry about what other people think and feel. I'm getting that it might actually go positively for you to be a little more goofy, to let your inner child play a little bit. Now I'm going to move on to advice for you. I've been using these orange cards I made for all the piles, but I feel called to use a different one. So let me grab my indigo cards for you. Oh, here they are. So can I get some advice, please, for group number 3? A lot of air energy. You could literally have your sun, moon, or rising in like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Here's linguist. Holy guacamole. You're definitely a communicator in some way, shape, or form. But this is coming out as advice. Maybe learning a new language or doing something that's different, or speaking to someone. Now, this doesn't have to be like, this can be a therapist, this can be a confidant, this can be a spiritual guide, literally in physical form, or even just a spirit guide that's with you. Either of those two energies that were coming through in your reading earlier, such as like that, the feminine energy that gave you a hug and said, "You know who I am," wink, or the masculine energy that came through and was like get it, cupcake. There is an energy here that you can always speak to them. They will always be there to listen, and they're always there to give you signs. I'm also seeing guys like disguise, so you might be receiving signs disguised as something else, or there could be an energy of find someone who sees you through the mask, or through the public image, or through that hard worker. Find someone who knows your inner child. They can be in spirit, or they can be in the realm. It can even be an animal or a kid. But communicate. Those videos are coming up in my mind right now where they have literally like couples go tell their problems to a kid, like literally just a kid, and the child will give them advice, and it's always simple and wholehearted and wide-eyed and curious and just so sweet and pure and innocent. So you might, not to like dump adult problems onto a kid, but yeah, if you simplify like what's going on, or just take it to a kid and speak to that child from the place of your inner child and have that conversation truly and see what they have to say and take that advice. There's a card that I have in one of these that I made, and it says, if you were a child and had nothing to do, what would you do right now? Do that. You're being called to speak up about something, but not when it pertains to the people you want to help, in the ways that you relate to the people that you want to help. I heard like ding, 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 like when I said that. So write that down. You also have animal communication, but it came out in reverse. Maybe you might not be too much of a nature person, or you might not have any pets, but if you have an opportunity to spend some time with animals, please do so. It will help you to tune into your being in a deeper fashion, and communication is coming out twice. So there's a lot of communication. Wow, you could be like a public speaker or something, like, I don't know, TED Talks or something like this is coming to mind, or I don't know, social media kind of came up too. You could be like an influencer, I don't know. But also anime. There's like all these cute little things coming up, like anime, like animals, like learning and happiness and play and emotions, and you're being called to remember who you were before the world got to you, and that's never been not who you are. You leveraged the good and bad parts of that, which are relative, by the way. There's no part of you that's better than any other version of you. You are perfect, perfectly imperfect, flawlessly flawed, whatever. But it's like you became so good at leveraging your skills, leveraging the good parts of you, and even leveraging the bad parts of you in order to build something so amazing that there's this like little piece of you in the middle that's like, wait, but I want to be happy, but I want to play. I want my inner child to come out. So spend some time with animals. Like, notice the way that they just kind of be. Cats could be significant maybe as little guides to you, or maybe there's like a cat that really likes you and you're like, why, bro? Like, see what the cat is like trying to vibe up with you about. Also, that means that you have good energy. So cats and like small black animals are energy transmuters. So if you see crows around you a lot, or there's like a cat or like a little black dog or something that's like around you and really likes you, they are helping you out with energy work. They're also very protective of your energy field. Linguist keeps coming out. So I don't know if you like to learn languages, if you speak a lot, but it might actually do you some good to just speak to yourself a little bit. And you have please don't forget with this love. I'm getting that there is some sort of like maybe love offer or message that you've received that taught you a lesson. And I'm seeing hats, like hats off to you. Something that introduced like playfulness, something that introduced like I'm seeing his jeans all cuffed and his shoes untied, kind of like go with the flow, man, like have some fun, you know what I mean? Like don't take things too seriously, like take your shoes off. Like there's this kind of like cute little energy coming through. There's something that you've learned, or something that they don't want you to forget that's coming through, and it's like please don't forget to get something. So maybe you have somebody's birthday coming up, or there's just a lot going on and there's something you wanted to get and you've been putting it off. Get that, and then go back to your why for the reason that you have been wanting to do that or get that, and then remember the lesson that you learned here, but take it to heart, please. Let's see. And then finally you have clair abilities. Ooh, look who's tapping into their psychic gifts, their spiritual powers. I want to say, if you have been trying out a ton of maybe you like to go to like different shamans or healers or read a lot of tarot readings or something like this, your guides want you to communicate with them. You are opening up some of your spiritual abilities. Just quickly, I'll run through these. Clair means clear. That means able to understand things clearly. Sentient is when you feel. Voyant is where you see. Audient is where you hear. Tangency is feeling, or like clairtangency, like through your hands. Cognizance is where you just know something. Olfactory, smelling. Gust and tasting. We know what the senses are, right? But every single person has the ability to speak with animals. Every single person has the ability to talk to their spirit guides, to have premonitions, to have dreams. Every single person has a pineal gland, and they have empathy. Every single person has the ability to tap into these things. Now, whether or not they practice it, just like working hard, just like anything else, whether or not they practice it is up to them. It's entirely subjective. Or whether or not they're even aware that that's what's going on, because there are some things that have kind of been shifted, and mass narratives that have been placed over the collective over time, and that's fine, that's the way it is. But everybody has access to this. You are just as special and just as gifted as all of those people you've been going to. If you've been trying to find someone to connect with a particular spirit, or with your inner child, or with your spirit guides, or whatever, if you've been going to Reiki healers or tarot readers or something like this, know that everything is always within you all the time, and you are able to pick up on these things within yourself, and this will permeate, and you'll be able to pick up on things external to you. That is exactly the way that these people are using their gifts, and that is exactly the same as the gifts that you have and the ability to use them. So talk to yourself a little bit. Allow yourself to just write and have a stream of consciousness come out. It can be anything. It can be, today I woke up and I had fruit for breakfast, and then I went to the gym, and then I did some work for a little bit, and then after that I went to play with my animals, and then like whatever, and then it'll just turn into, and then I was feeling this, and I was thinking this, and I experienced this, and this was kind of weird. And the more that you do this, the more you'll be able to look back and actually see the cycles and the patterns in your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own life, and from there you'll be able to kind of stack them on top of each other, see the patterns, and then you'll be able to continue having a higher perspective of what's going on, which will open up your clair abilities and will help you to really balance out that sacral chakra. I would recommend for you guys drinking a little more water than you already do, because it helps you to process emotions. Also, some herbal teas that are helpful for your sacral chakra might be nice as well, like some ginger, some honey, some lemon. And then if you do chakra balancing, which I always recommend, tap into the sacral chakra a little bit. Just kind of visualize all the chakras, starting at your root and then going to the crown chakra, going up each chakra, and then imagining like the bubble of each one in like a healthy version of the color, like a little spinning wheel, like red for your root chakra, orange for your sacral chakra, yellow for your solar plexus, just like the crystals I have here. And then pull them up to your spine and try to keep them all the same size, the same vibrancy. And then when you feel comfortable with each one, then you move to the next. So there's an emphasis on some sacral chakra work here. Sacral chakra, again, does rule sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, as well as emotions and intuition through clairsentience. So whether you are an empath or clairsentient in any way, this will help with that too, things in the physical realm. So, advice, yeah, hang out with some animals, maybe watch some anime. A lot of communication and communication is coming up a lot. So your guides, your angel spirits, guides, ancestors really want to speak with you personally. So take some time, sit down with your like prayer beads or your crystals or just in your meditation with your incense, however you do you, and try to tap into that space individually with them yourself, because nothing beats doing something yourself, and that's something that you've learned too. So do it, and go with the flow. Take a couple days for experimentation and drop it in the comments. Let me know how it goes, because you might be surprised to find out that you end up doing the same things you already do. And you might also be surprised to find out that you re-enjoy things that have maybe lost some pleasure, or vice versa. So I'm going to leave your reading there, group 3. I love you so much, and I'm so extraordinarily grateful that you are here. What a blessing to be able to read your energy and listen to you and use, my energy stream to help you with your own. And as you tap in a little bit further, continue to have faith in all that is within and around you, because you are amazing and beautiful and perfect. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in reading any of my books, subscribing to my Patreon, or connecting with me in any way, all of my info is below in the description box. Thank you again so much for being here today, and namaste.